Ocean. Of what? The cover is brown. I I know what it means. It's just confusing when it's presented this way. Ocean is the 8th studio album released by Lady Antebellum. I don't want to overemphasize this, but I'm going to say it again. Country is one of those genres that I like, but don't favor too much. I just don't listen to it that often. However, when Lady Antebellum kind of came around, I recognized that they had a good sound, and I wanted to hear more of what they had to offer. They usually have very beautiful songs or very fun songs. So naturally, when this album appeared, I was interested to see what they had to offer this time around. And by the end of this review, I think it's going to be a little confusing how I rate this album. Maybe it makes sense, maybe it doesn't, I'm not sure, but let's talk about it anyway. This album starts off with some very easy-paced songs. I feel like they actually care about the subjects in each of the songs because they do kind of go in some directions that, maybe other artists just wouldn't care to do or that you just wouldn't expect in general. So I can respect this very much. For example, the first song titled What If I Never Get Over You? That I could see going in several directions that other people would just kind of make very corny, cheesy, or maybe overbearing. But this one is actually just a genuine song with a genuine question, or perhaps simply searching for a genuine answer. As the album progresses, we run into the 5th track, titled What I'm Leaving For. This is a lyrically moving song. It feels sweet, it feels touching. Just lyrically, I was drawn in, and yeah, my attention just goes, oh, okay. Can't get the words quite out, I guess. The 7th track, called All Right, is very much about positive persistence. It goes very far with me. Especially since I'm sure most of us know at least one person who has trying times. Maybe not, constant troubles, but everyone's dealing with something at the moment, presently. So it's something maybe worth sharing. And the following track, Let It Be Love. This is one where someone genuinely is just putting their trust that love will rise to get us out of funk, out of misery, out of despair. We need something like that occasionally. I feel like I know tons of people who should hear this song, and a majority of this album can provide some sort of comfort in that regard. I also want to throw out a little shout out for the song Mansion. Please check that one out. And the song Ocean at the end. It's very interesting because it does deter a little bit away with just kind of its piano and background production. Worth checking out. Now here's my thing. Despite really liking a lot of the songs in here, this album feels very simple. It feels like it's kind of a tame project that they released. I feel like they put in a lot of effort. I feel like they put in definitely a lot of thought into this. The thing is, just the ambiance of it feels very graceful as it comes out, but it doesn't feel like anything, I guess, new, really, is something that's coming out. But maybe that's not exactly what we need right now. It is a new album, but it's not necessarily what Lady Antebellum feels like it's going for. It feels like it's going for messages that we all already knew we needed to hear, and so it kind of just went that route. So I can respect that. I can appreciate that. From another point of view, maybe it just feels like it has maybe a ceiling that it can only reach so far. The thing is, it's not as low as you think it is. It's just that maybe we think because it's not as hazy or cloudy on top that we think it's lower than it actually is, but it's not. If we can truly appreciate the messages, the lyricism, and just the mood that it gives, I think that music listeners can truly appreciate this album for what it's worth. Having considered all those things, I think they put out something worth giving. We can receive those messages for ourselves, but I feel like we could even give this more to others if we found someone who needed to hear the songs that were in this album. Worth it. Definitely worth it. So after having listened and reviewed this album, with production of 94%, creativity 87%, expression and lyrics 87%, I'm going to give this album a yeah. Give it a listen, then think of someone you know who could use listening to this album. This is a sharing album. This is something that you don't just hold to yourself. Bring someone in with you to listen to this. You might not like every song on here. I think there are a few that are just kind of okay. But the majority of this album, I feel like this is meant to bring people together or to help others find comfort in their despairs and trials. That is something that I can admire. I really do. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. And remember, if you want to discover, promote, and review the best in entertainment, remember to subscribe and follow all the social media for this channel so you can get that yes in your life. See you next time.